Now it's time for a little bit of half cash skates with no monkey knowledge, so we're going to head on over here with Quincy as our hero. And we're going to place down this initial dart monkey right up here on this white line, up a little bit to the left, just a little tiny bit more, and begin. Now we're going to save up about 215 to put a dart monkey down here in this little corner. We need this dart monkey so we can save up for Quincy. This dart monkey's not super urgent, and we're going to leak around 20 balloons here on this round here. Bye-bye balloons. Very sad. And then we put this right here. The box on that track, or the dart monkey, is really off. It seems a little strange. Has to be on the track, right? Because dart monkeys are pretty easy to place. They fit into some really tight areas. So I'm guessing it's the track that has too much of a box there. As visually it looks okay. But now we're saving up for Quincy, which is 585. Quite a bit of money in half cash, roughly 1100. But we should get there right at about the end of round 10. So make sure you slow things down if you want to take your time and get Quincy down before the end of the round. It's very important, as Quincy's our early game carry here, and that extra round worth of XP is critical. In half cash, we're just trying to squeeze as much value as we can. And we leak a little bit here because green balloons are the bane of all dart monkeys' existence, and everything above that too. Usually after green balloons, you don't really care what your dart monkeys are doing, which is applicable here. You can see we're getting close to 585. Do we slow things down? Yes, we do. Because we don't want to start over. I mean, we're already on round 10. And the first couple rounds are the hardest part of half cash, so we're going to place Quincy down right over here. And then speed things back up. Now Quincy's attacks bounce to up to 4 targets. Wow! That's really good, huh? It sure is.
Yes.
And now Quincy's level 3, so we can use Quincy's ability if we need to, which we're going to because we're going to be using a bomb shooter instead of a boomerang monkey here, and bomb shooter just doesn't get off the ground quite as quickly as a boomerang monkey does. But we will have the bomb shooter down before we need to use Quincy's ability too much. But bomb shooter's our late game carry here. And we can use Quincy's ability right like so. That was a little late. You can probably use it earlier in that round and do a lot better. And we're going to be upgrading the bottom part of this, because the bottom part of the bomb shooter is the most broken part. A lot of people don't know that, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good right now. Frag bombs are great because it gives it a bunch more AoE, and you can pop black balloons. You can also pop lead balloons, which is why we have the bomb shooter in the first place here, over some other towers that are probably better early game. It also does a fair bit of damage to the Moab, which is great too.
More.
We are whiffing quite a bit here, so we're going to use Quincy's ability. We already leaked a little bit. Saw the bomb shooter just missing and missing and missing, which is a little unlucky. We're going to get the bigger bombs here. We're going to leak a little bit again there. But we don't need the heavy bombs. We want to save up for the cluster bombs next. But we did leak down to 64, which is a lot of people's favorite console. And we leveled up. That's a sign. We're going to clear this level. Although I could accept a 2 for like a PS2, as that really changed the way we experience and see graphics. I think those were pretty mind-blowing as a young one. We're going to use Quincy's ability again here. And leak another balloon. That's okay. We just want to greed for the cluster bombs. Cluster bombs are really, really good. And we're going to use Quincy's ability here if we need to. We don't need to because we have cluster bombs now. Which at this point we can save up for recursive cluster, which is massive. The reason we went with the bomb shooter, by the way, is you can see this little area up here. The AoE in this area is really, really strong. We just had to deal with a lot of Quincy ability usage, and you can just kind of experiment with that yourself as well, probably going at a much slower speed on when to use Quincy's ability there to not die. But Quincy is very much appreciated in this build, as we struggled to get the money we needed to do pretty much anything.
Tasty.
I didn't even use a boomerang monkey because it just wasn't doing any work for us. It's just too much loop-de-loop stuff here, I guess. And it looks like we have a good build spot, but I still think we don't have that good of a build spot because we get to see briefly here, briefly there, and then all of this part of the track is wasted, right? That's a bit of a bummer. But don't worry, we're going to use how big this track is here in just a little bit. We just need our solution for the Moab. Boom, recursive cluster. That's good, right? We're going to sell these dart monkeys. They did their job, we're happy with them. And we're going to upgrade these right here. We did leak one balloon there, that's a little unlucky.
Wake up.
And we're going to upgrade this with night vision goggles and faster firing. And we should also be able to get some heavy bombs here before round 40. Just right in the nick of time. We are also going to use Quincy's ability right before the Moab gets right there. But we should upgrade that first here. So right when Quincy starts firing, boom, using it, boom. And the recursive cluster just doing so much work there, right? Really, really nice. Gonna get even faster firing and shrapnel shot. Which now we can save up for the monkey hut with no big time ramifications. You can see there that extra camo detection really coming in clutch. Right, like so. We can see we also have this in range, so we don't need to worry about upgrading anything else like bigger radius. We're going to save it for the radar scanner, as it's important for this to have camo detection. We need that soon. And you can use Quincy's ability anytime here if you feel uncomfortable. But you shouldn't really need to. Even if you leak a balloon or two, we're sitting at 61 lives, and that's plenty of lives at this point. Radar scanner. And here we go. Use Quincy's ability to deal with those camo ceramics. And now we can get some jungle drums. Took a long time, but we got there.
Yes.
Jungle drums are quite nice. Especially as we have 3 towers that are pretty decent. If we had one less tower, we might go the Alchemist first here. That's always a tough call for me personally. Is do I want an Alchemist or jungle drums? Sometimes I just say, why not both? You know? Set that Alchemist to strong. Upgrade it so you get the acidic mixture dip. That on anything here is great. You can also get the perishing potions first, but I like the Berserker Brew here. We can use Quincy's ability there if we want to. We didn't. It's just anytime you see a Moab, it's a pretty decent time to use Quincy's ability, right? But we have Quincy 4. Another Moab, no problem. We're also going to be getting the primary training. And we're going to save up for primary mentoring as well. As this is our carry right here. This is doing all of the work, whether we like it or not. Bomb shooter is the carry. And to just pile on to what we're able to do with that bomb shooter, we're also going to put a glue gunner in here. But we want to make sure the glue gunner isn't taking any buffs from this alchemist, so make sure you pay attention to that when you're placing down your glue gunner as well. All these balloons are so scary. Primary mentoring is crazy though too. Look at that. Boom. You can see there, we're in the range, out of the range, perfect. And we're going to set this to strong. We're going to be upgrading these two right here first, as they're free, why not? And we want to get the Moab glue. It's really good.
Get ready to feast.
And then once we get the Moab glue, we can pretty much do whatever we like. As long as it's a primary monkey, it's good to go. We're just going to be abusing more bomb shooters though, as they're the most cost-effective and quick way to get through the rest of this level. Here comes our Moab glue. Feels so good. And we don't want to put down our bomb shooter just yet, right? We want to use Quincy's ability here on round 60. You can also use Quincy's level 10 ability once it pops. That's how you get the most value from it, not prior. And now we can place down our other bomb shooter, as we have enough for a cluster bomb. Prior to that, it's not very good to have down, but once you get that down, you can also get bigger bombs for free, which is crazy. Get some heavy bombs. You could also probably sell this sniper if you wanted to. We're not going to, but you could. And we're just saving up for another recursive cluster. It should be pretty soon here. After we get through these Moabs, they don't give any money whatsoever, and on half cash they give less money. I think they actually just take your money, which is awfully rude of them. They certainly cost a lot of money to take down. There's our secondary recursive cluster. We're feeling really good now. You can see 72,000 popped. Compare that to anything else, and you see why we had to rush the bomb shooter on this level. It's nothing else is good on this level. Well, this alchemist right here. That is really good. This alchemist deserves a medal. And now we just build some sniper rifle monkeys here. We're going to set this one to strong, as we're going to upgrade this top path, but we're going to go 002 first. You can see Moabs are the one thing we don't have a solution for very quickly there. So it's important to have a solution for those, especially since we have a ZOMG coming. And it's coming. 10 rounds till we're through our half cash build here. It was not an easy level, that's for sure. But if anyone knows a better spot to build your things on this level, do let me know. I know Soda is very good on this level, but I didn't want to use a super expensive hero in my monkey knowledgeless run here. And I'm sure there's a monkey sub solution somewhere out there as well. But in half cash, I'm not good with monkey subs, and I just probably would have ended up dying over and over. I didn't even try. Doing a bunch of damage here. We want deadly precision. 20 damage per shot is great. And once things get smaller and stacked, like we have 2 recursive clusters to deal with that very easily. And we could try to save up for main Moab, but I don't think we would get there, so what do? Well, we put down another sniper monkey. Fast firing is the way to go here. And we're going to leave this one on first, because this one's not going to be quite as upgraded. And it can help with some of the bigger balloons that start leading the pack here.
Bring them.
It's pretty crazy. I love watching the recursive cluster just crush a huge wave of stacked balloons. Like, there's balloons there a second, and then they're gone. It's beautiful. And it feels really good on half cash. We have so much money now, I don't even know what to spend it on. I don't think we're going to have enough money to get anything interesting here before round 40. And I don't really want to mess up our build either, right? That's one thing to keep in mind when you're this late into a half cash run, is money comes slow. And if you put down a tower that you don't want right at that moment, you could, buff something you don't want, or any other combination of things. So we're just going to get this secondary deadly precision. As we saw, we had plenty of money there. You should too, even if your build ends up a little different than what our build did here. It'll be just fine. These 2 can deal with Moabs. These 2 will deal with any amount of stacked balloons. Of that, I'm sure. We can upgrade this to a stronger stimulant too. $8,000 popped for this alchemist, so this placement really worked out, as we didn't have anything in there, and 8,000's quite a bit. And we're going to clear round 80 here without having to use a single ability. Although we had to use a ton of abilities early on. There's our half cash medal with no monkey knowledge.